Amazing. Who is going to read one of these rom-coms, if you haven't already? All right, great. Okay, start by telling everybody more about your books. Whichever one you want to tell most about.
Okay. Hi everyone, it's such a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us, Zibby. Put your hands together for Zibby Owens, everyone. Zibby is such a force of nature and such a force of good in the publishing world, and we're just so lucky to have you. My name's Georgia Clark. I wrote It Had to Be You, which was my Zibby book club pick, and I write queer ensemble rom-coms. My next book after that was Island Time. Forthcoming one is Most Wonderful. I love rom-coms and the romance genre because they are a fun place to be, a hopeful place to be, a sexy place to be. I was doing a little, because I'm a nerd, pre-panel research, and 50 Shades of Grey is still the best-selling romance of all time, which tells us that, spoiler alert, women be horny. I don't know about here, but it's certainly a fun place to work. And it's really exciting to be a romance author right now because the genre is just exploding. The sales have increased by, I think, a third since the pandemic, and it's exciting to connect with so many readers and have so many readers sort of come over to this genre, which is, always getting better and having more voices, telling more diverse love stories. So I'm thrilled to be here. And the book that I just went into copy edits for, I just came from, taking a comma out that I didn't want, is a queer Christmas rom-com, and it's really fun to sort of see this queering of the genre that's happening as well. We're not sort of drowning in queer Christmas rom-coms, and so it's fun to kind of feel like I'm on a bit of a wild frontier. And I'm happy to talk to anyone about writing or anything, so come and say hi to me at any time today.
Good morning, I'm Elle Evans again, and I am the author of Wedding Issues, the blue and yellow one. It'll be my first book. Wedding Issues is about a fast-talking law student who is maid of honor for two weddings that are competing for a bridal magazine cover. So there's scheming aunts, lots of southern things. It's really fun. I wrote it when I lived in Nashville when I was in my mid-20s, when pretty much everyone I knew was getting engaged or married, and I was a bridesmaid 7 times in 2 years. And I'm really lazy, so I like to write about things that are going on in my own life, so I don't have to look too much stuff up. So that's kind of where the book came from, but hopefully everyone has as much fun reading it as I did writing it.
I actually once went to a wedding as a guest, dressed in the same dress that all the bridesmaids were wearing. It was like an Ann Taylor red dress, and the whole time everyone was like, "Oh, where's the bathroom? Congratulations!" And I was like, "Thanks."
You didn't sneak into the photos? You were just like, may as well be here.
I didn't sneak in the photos. Anyway.
I hate to top you, but
Go ahead, please.
I once went skiing at Butternut Mountain when I hardly knew how to ski at the time, and I was wearing the instructor's swim. So how embarrassing is that on the bunny hill? Anyway, I'm Jane Elle Rosen, and the book that's up there is called On Fire Island. I wrote rom-coms exclusively as a screenwriter years ago, and the book that's coming out next, which is called 7 Summer Weekends, is my first pure rom-com novel. So I'm very excited about it. I was very excited to jump back into the somewhat formulaic but delicious rom-com world, and I'm thrilled, and it comes out June 4th. And it has the same space and visits some of the same characters as On Fire Island, but it's a completely standalone.
Wait, Jane, what is the formula for a rom-com?
How do you?
Yeah, what is it? What's
The
secret?
formula for
The
a
formula,
rom-com, and in terms of screenwriting, which is how I adapt it to a novel, is kind of a 3-act structure. Act 1, boy meets girl, or girl meets girl, or boy meets boy. And Act 2, they fall in love. Act 3, there's something that divides them that you think, oh no, they're never gonna see each other again. And then the ending where they run through the train station or the airport or and
The run for your love scene.
Right, the run for your love, exactly. And it's like the rom and the com, right? The rom is I'm sorry, I'm taking up too much time, but the rom is everything you've ever seen since Shakespeare. There's not a new rom, right? There's only 10 formulas. You know, there really are. There are not that many tropes. It's the calm that makes your book stand out, I think. It's your characters and your voice and the humor that you bring into it is what makes it different. And that's what I have to say about that.
But yesterday, not to jump around, but yesterday Emma was talking about how nice it was to walk around in the snow in New York and how she felt like she was in a rom-com without the rom. Okay, anyway, Megan, you go first.
Okay, so my name is Megan Tady, author of Super Bloom, and probably about 9 years ago, I was getting a massage, and you know when the massage is so good and you don't want it to end and you're sort of counting down the minutes? That was not this massage. This massage therapist was like the grumpiest body worker, and I kept thinking, what is going on with her? What's happening? And all I wanted her to do was like sort of flip me over and I could ask her everything about her life. So I walked out of that room not with a great massage, but with this idea for a novel forming in my head about a sort of down and out massage therapist who's brokenhearted. So I really thank this massage therapist wherever she is for that massage. And so my book is about a massage therapist in Vermont working at a spa, and she's about to get fired. She's grieving the loss of her love, and along comes a famous romance novelist that she has to get 5 stars from as a new client. And that massage just sort of goes haywire, but it sets her on a new trajectory, and she begins to sort of fall in love with writing, fall in love with a new person, and fall in love with a sort of motley crew of spa workers who are her friends.
Hi everyone, Emma Gray, author of The Last Love Note, here in New York, having the com without the rom. But I am here till Tuesday, so there's still time. I don't know what might happen at the lunch hour in New York, in Central Park. No, it really, coming from Australia, it really does feel like we're walking around in a romantic comedy movie set here, because every romantic comedy we've ever seen seems to be set here in this city, or a lot of them, and it's just beautiful. I wrote a grief novel that's a rom-com. People sort of ask me how that's possible, but I lost my husband a few years ago and started writing a novel to process that loss, and it turned into a romantic comedy because my character insisted on falling in love again. And so it was really a beautiful experience to capture both the light and the shade. I think that's one of the most important elements in a lot of books, but certainly in a lot of the romantic comedies that we love, to see the character not have everything go smoothly. Something that seems to be a theme of my life. If anyone follows me on Instagram, even getting here was a I mean, it's a miracle I'm actually dressed in clothes, my bags went missing. All that kind of stuff that happens, you just take notes for the next book.
No, when Emma lost her bag, she's like, no, it's fine, I'm gonna write about it. So why this genre? Did you ever debate another genre? Some of you have written sort of across genres. What is it that appeals to you the most about it, and is it really fun when you're actually writing?
Okay. I did debate writing either a memoir or another type of novel, but I think you just end up writing what you love. They say to write what you know, and I did that as well, but it's what you love. And so you find yourself gravitating towards the stories and the types of stories that you love to watch and read. And I just remember thinking,